The Flathead Valley is the destination for many recreational treasures and just outright breathtaking panoramas. We are the land of shining mountains, pristine waterways and lakes, millions of acres of wilderness, world-class golf courses, and of course, we are the gateway to Glacier National Park. Glacier National Park is commonly referred to as the crown of the continent. The beauty of its ice-carved terrain, dramatic hanging valleys, waterfalls, glaciers, and its wildlife make Glacier National Park definitely a must-see. Montana may be known as Big Sky Country, but it could also be called Big Lake Country, and northwestern Montana has most of the natural lakes that are found in Montana. Offering a wealth of summer recreational opportunities, these lakes range from small ponds to the largest natural freshwater lake in western United States, Flathead Lake. Montana offers many jewels as part of its treasure, and Flathead Lake is definitely one of these jewels. Flathead Lake is the valley's sparkling playground. Created by ice-carving glaciers, the lake is more than 300 feet deep and extends some 28 miles long. With over 200 square miles of surface, there is plenty of water activities to choose from. Anglers will enjoy the opportunity to try for trophy mackinaw, lake trout, salmon, perch, pike, bass, and whitefish are found here and the area's many other lakes. Flathead Lake is the place to be. In this program, we are going sailing with Captain Yak of the North Flathead Yacht Club out of Summers, so you can have the actual experience of sailing. We'll feature the Rumble in the Bay car show, where there were over 330 cars on display, and we'll visit a taste of Kallispel. Keep your cameras ready, we might even see the Flathead Lake Monster, so stay tuned.
Here at Glacier Dock, we use the best maintenance-free material, Bearboard. With a 50-year warranty, it's the best in the business.
Glacier Dock & Deck is proud to introduce the newest in maintenance-free decking. Bearboard is your best source for environmentally friendly, cost-efficient, recycled plastic lumber. Strength, durability, and longevity define this state-of-the-art recycled product. At Glacier Dock & Deck, we will build your dream dock or deck, custom-built to suit any of your needs.
Come see me today for your free estimate. Glacier Docks.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. Ooh. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Experiencing Flathead Lake on a Tuesday night is absolutely breathtaking. Why? The North Flathead Yacht Club, located in Summers, have their sailboat races. I wish to thank Captain Yak of the North Flathead Yacht Club for letting me come aboard his 40-foot J-boat, the J Walker, to shoot so you could experience sailing on Flathead Lake. So get ready for some exciting sailing action. The crew is now busy hoisting the main going into the wind. We're heading out to the race course. The crew unfurls the Genoa, which is going to create the airstream to move us forward. Now we're trimming the sails. Pre-race jockeying into position. Now we're tacking, moving the sails from one side to the other side, changing directions going into the wind. We tacked around the mark and now are going with the wind. The boats are all jockeying for position. Captain Yak is really enjoying this night of sailing. We come around the mark and are tacking again. The wind built up while we were sailing. What a ride! Captain Yak is trimming and watching the sails. Tacking again. going around the mark, and now it's calmer winds. The sun is going down and the winds are dying, so the crew is holding the main in position to catch the wind. As the sun set, the eventful evening of sailing on Flathead Lake was over. Thank you to Captain Yak and the North Flathead Yacht Club in Summers. Now a very rare commodity is this one-of-a-kind pink coral piece found at Pat's Jewelry. You'll find new designs and old, beautiful and bold. A jewelry collection rich in both variety and history. Looking for Montana sapphires? Choose from brilliant candy-colored gems to the beautiful Yogo. Need money? Come in to turn your gold into cash. Let the experts at Pat's help you. Experience Pat's Jewelry today.
It's Timothy Green's first day at school.
What's in there? He's about to fall over.
Anything he might need. There's a box of tissues on the bottom and some Band-Aids. There's a whole first aid kit, actually.
Mom, I can handle it from here.
You don't have to be perfect.
Have a great day.
That's too much pressure.
Have the day you have.
To be a perfect parent.
There are two people in the world who want you more than anything. They'll make some mistakes, but they will love you more than you can ever imagine.
There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Great news for skiers, the Sportsman now has a conformable Custom 2 footbed station. Here's Kelly with more about our guaranteed custom boot fitting.
At the Sportsman, we're excited to talk about a new addition to services here we provide, and we'd like to talk about the Ski House Boot Lab. When your boots hurt, it's a pretty common thing. A lot of people have problems with their ski boots. Do you have problems with joint pain, your knees kind of bother you during skiing, or you feel like your turn to the left kind of hooks up and doesn't quite feel as smooth as your turn to the right? These are all signals to us that you could have your boots maybe fit a little bit better than they are fitting now. So these are things that we can address now and really help make your experience on the hill the very best possible. So the first part of the process is finding the right ski boot shell for the shape of your foot. This is key. We don't want you to be in a real narrow shell if you've got a wide foot, or a real wide shell if you've got a narrow foot. We also don't want the foot to be pinned up against the shell anywhere. We want the foot to be natural, dynamic in the shell. So that's the first part of the process, is finding the right shell. And if we determine that we've gotten as close as we can in the store with the shell selection, but we still need a bit more shaping to further match the shape of the boot to the customer's foot, that's when we can go in the back. We drop the boot into a tank of hot water, which makes the plastic malleable. From there, we can use our boot press to actually shape the shell to the customer's foot. We get a very, very contoured shell shape to match the customer's desires in their foot. Once we've selected the proper shell that is closely matching the skier's foot, the next stage is to build a custom footbed. The footbed is very important to the skier and to the proper fit of the boot because it's basically the foundation that everything builds off of. Our ideas in footbeds have changed in the last few years. We now want a footbed that is supportive but also is elastic and dynamic in the boot. The machine that we use to make your footbeds is from Conformable, and it's a great system. It's very simple and it's very effective. We use the blue pillows here to create a depression of the skier's foot. Once those depressions are made in the pillows, we then drop the hot footbed into those depressions. The skier stands on them. That gives us our print to make the custom footbed. Now with the proper shell selected, the proper footbed being made for the skier, we now move on to the alignment stage. The reason for alignment is to make skiing easier for all of us. We're all shaped different. We all have different injuries we've overcome, different equipment. And we want the equipment to follow the way that our bodies work to make us more efficient on the hill. Aligning the skier and the boot makes you neutral, balanced, and mechanically stronger. To find alignment, we find the center of knee mass, put you on our alignment device, and we just try to determine whether you're inside or outside. We then determine by putting can strips underneath the boots what's going to bring you into neutral. And from there, once we determine what your alignment or misalignment is, we then take the boots back to the back and we actually plane that correction into the sole of the boots. Benefit of this is if you have multiple skis, your correction's always there. If you're someone who travels, you go demo ski somewhere at some other resort, that correction is still with you. Whether you're in the market for new boots or just want your existing boots to fit better, we're confident that the Ski House Boot Lab can make your boots fit better and your experience on the hill the very best possible. In addition to services the Ski House Boot Lab already provides, this season we are excited to introduce Fisher ski boots, and most notably the Fisher Vacuum ski boot system. With the Fisher Vacuum boot system, for the first time we're able to fully 100% custom mold a ski boot just for you. Fisher was trying to develop a more thermally stable plastic for racers that would keep the boot flex the same from the top of the race course down to the bottom of the race course, or a plastic that would work better for winter conditions versus spring conditions, so your flex didn't change. In trying to come up with that plastic, they developed a highly thermal moldable plastic that they figured they could use for custom molding ski boots. It's called VacuPlast. Fisher then decided to come up with a machine to customize the ski boots using a system of compression. Basically, the steps that we use are fairly simple. First, we select the proper model and size for the customer. We then take the customer to the Fisher vacuum machine and set up their stance width and their approximate forward lean angles. We then heat the boot shell up for about 10 minutes, which makes the plastic very pliable. We take the customer to the machine, add cold compresses to the boot that will start to cool the plastic while it's molding. Compression boots are then added, which are going to add compression to the system, to the boot, which custom molds the boot around the foot. We have the ability with the Fisher Vacuum boot machine to control how much pressure is added to the compression socks. So a recreational skier might have a lower level of compression than a racer would. This is an exciting new technology that will allow a customer to have a custom boot fit like they'd never experienced before. We're also excited because we're one of only a handful of stores in all of North America that is able to provide this service. Here at the Ski House Boot Lab, we're able to provide many different options for finding yourself the most customized, comfortable ski boot you've ever had.
Come see us at the Sportsman Ski House, Kallispel and Whitefish.
Flathead Lake, our sparkling playground, is a destination all in itself, and the communities that surround it offer amenities and activities as varied as the communities themselves. On the northwest shore of Flathead Lake lie the communities of Somers and Lakeside. In the early years, Flathead Lake was an important part of the trade route from Missoula to Canada, and steamers made regular stops here with passengers and freight. These waterfront villages command a fabulous view of the Swan Range of the Rocky Mountains. Recreational offerings of Somers and Lakeside are its beaches, parks, and lake access, and some of the finest restaurants in the area. Hugging the northeast shore of Flathead Lake is the jewel on the bay, Big Fork. And Big Fork hosts some major events. One of those events was the Rumble in the Bay Car Show. It was the Rumble in the Bay Car Show Labor Day weekend in Big Fork. And rumble they did. I bet it could be heard all the way to Lakeside. This year's Rumble in the Bay Car Show was put on by the Big Fork VFW Post 4042. Mike, Post Commander, explains their experience.
It's the best thing we've ever endeavored to do. It's been a complete success this year. We've got 330 cars registered, and we're looking forward to even expand that next year. We've probably had in excess of 10,000 people through here already today. And it's just been phenomenal. If you weren't here today, you missed it. This is probably the best car show in the valley this year. It'll be on the same day next year. We're thinking about doing poker runs on Saturday, both with bikes and cars around the lake. All the proceeds that we make from this year will go back into the community in one form or another. So your help is needed. Thank you.
Jill Mehal, the founder of the car show, explains her participation.
Founded this car show 6 years ago in honor of my husband and to thank the community for supporting me in creative and native. And it's actually been a car show for 5 years. Creator on my heart, told me to give it away, and I have given it to the vets, the guys who keep me free to be able to stand on this sidewalk. Can't think anybody better to support.
Ed explains what it means to the community of Big Fork.
Well, it brings over 10,000 people into Big Fork on holiday weekend. It's a huge boon for all of the businesses in the village and along the highway. After the transition from Jill, when she turned the show over to the VFW, we worked together to put together a record-setting show, along with members of the community and the VFW at large.
The most fantastic cars, motorcycles, vendors, and great food worth standing in line for is what the Rumble in the Bay Car Show was all about. So let's experience some of the cars and motorcycles that were there. Several awards were given out, but we wanted to show you the People's Choice and Best of Show. The 2012 Rumble in the Bay Car Show. Be sure not to miss it next year.
Come and explore Creative and Native, representing artists from 127 tribes, from the Mohawk in New York to the Salish, Kootenai, and Poulsen. I carry the Rolls Royce of turquoise, one-of-a-kind art and artifacts, jewelry, pottery, beads, knives, bows, and even autographed books. Authentic, precious, yet affordable. If you want something unique, you find it here by walking into the midst of Creative and Native, Big Fork, Montana.
When enjoying Flathead Lake, It's best to keep your cameras ready just in case you meet up with the area's own Flathead Lake monster. The first recorded sighting was in 1889 when it was viewed from the lake steamer U.S. Grant, skippered by Captain James Kerr. At first, the whale-like object was thought to be an approaching boat. A rifle-toting passenger fired at it and apparently missed it, but scared away the fish or whatever it was away. Sporadic sightings have gone on since. The biggest year for sightings was 1993, and the most recent was in 2005. It's been thought to be a sturgeon or hump snake-like creature. Who knows? Nothing has been scientifically proven, but biologists do say the lake is big enough to hold such a creature. The monster is part of local folklore, so you never know what you might see in Flathead Lake. Let's see what else is going on in the Flathead. At the Taste of Kallispel 2012, people joined together for an evening of good food, drink, and viewing fresh new art, all while listening to live music on a beautiful summer night at the museum at Central School. Gil explains.
Taste of Kallispel, we're in our third year. This is a fundraiser for the museum at Central School. It's one of our biggest fundraisers. As you can see, there's over 400 or 500 people here tonight, and they come to enjoy the Taste of Kallispel. We have over 25 restaurants and breweries and wineries that are here with samples of their good food from all over. So you get a chance on one ticket to come in and learn about all the different foods that are available in Kallispel, and the drink as well. It's all for the museum at Central School. We're a nonprofit. We're your local history museum. Inside this 119-year-old building here, we have exhibits about the history of the Flathead Valley, Frank Bird Linderman, the timber industry, American Indians, all sorts of fun things that you can come and learn about. And this fundraiser helps to keep our doors open. We don't get any government money. We're just dependent upon things like this to keep us going.
The purpose of the museum at Central School is bringing life to history and history to our lives.
Culture and history, if you don't have it, what have you got? You've got a world where there's no meaning. If you're only dealing with the day-to-day and not paying attention to what happened in the past, and the culture that we present here on a regular basis, this is what makes life meaningful. It allows you to put meaning into the present and into the future. So we think it's pretty important. We have 800 members that agree with us and that support us, and that's why we keep going.
It was a fun event, so we'll be happy to see you next year at the museum at Central School's A Taste of Kallispel.
The fill is gone. It's gone.
Wilderness explorer and writer John Muir said 100 years ago, "Go to the Flathead. You will find yourself in some of the best care-killing scenery on the continent." He was right then and now. Leave your cares behind. Come to the Flathead Valley. Experience adventures and memories that will last a lifetime. The Flathead awaits and welcomes you.